afternoon. Those of you who are part of this ceremony and are standing, please feel free to come and take a seat. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Joanne Callias, and I'm the principal of the St. Anthony's Secondary School. So I want to wish you a warm welcome to our campus, and an even warmer welcome to the opening ceremony of the 2023 Calvin Ayre Foundation Peer Identification Combine. Sorry about the few minutes delay. We were expecting to have the Honorable Minister here. We believe he's on his way, but we decided we could go ahead and start. And I would just like to recognize that these are all of the coaches who have traveled far and wide to come to our shores to look at you, our students, our players, and to give you a possible opportunity to move on and upwards in life in the sports and the education that you need for life. Okay? I don't remember all of your names in the order, but I'm going to call you so we can recognize you, and we thank you for being here. Okay? So with us this afternoon, of course, we have Ms. Jamila Curran. Jamila is the Media Relations Specialist of the Calvin Ayre Foundation. Okay. Right beside her, we have Darrell Michael of the Antigua and Barbuda Football Association. Mr. Michael told me that he's the Vice President, but at this point in time also the Acting President, so we welcome him. And then I'll go across to our coaches. We have with us Martin Marlowe of Fleetwood Town Football Club. We have with us Roy here of Brookhouse College. We have Terrell McLeod Bentley of Soccer Assist. We have Leah Burridge and Rebecca Donnelly of Hartley College and University. Did I forget anybody? I got it all? Great. Wonderful. So welcome. And of course, to my left, I left you for last. We have, of course, Mr. Ricky Santos of Generation Next, and I pondered over calling him what? President? Founder? Organizer of? Heart of? Generation Next? The driving force? The one who looks not only at Antigua but the whole Caribbean? The one who wants to make sure that all of my students go to one of your illustrious colleges and schools. As we say in Antigua, he's the chief cook and bottle washer of Generation Next and all of Generation Next affiliates. So Mr. Ricky Santos. And since I've ended with you, I'll start with you and welcome you to the podium to say a few words.
Thank you, Joanne. Once again, it's a pleasure to be here to welcome these coaches that are going to be scouting and searching for talent and offering opportunities, not only for high school education, university and colleges, and even semi-pro and possibly pro, depending on what they view you as. So I'd like you to just give another round of applause to these coaches. We, however, are missing two that are coming from the US, and they should be arriving between today and tomorrow, so they will be here for the duration of the combine, but they're just arriving a little late. We have Matthew Thompson, who will be coming from the University of DC, and then we also have Zachary Newton, who will be coming from Graceland University, and both are in the States. They would not only be scouting for their universities, but also for some USL Division II clubs. So it's a lot of opportunities that are going to be out there for you guys. I hope you take full advantage of it. Showcase your talent and show them what Antigua has to offer. We know you do have a lot to offer, so let's show them what we are all about. I'm very, very proud of the fact that we have two ladies here amongst the scouts. They are not only here to scout from female players, they are also scouting for male players. And this is the first. So power to the women. And with all that said also, I should mention the Generation Next Football Club has a club in the United Kingdom. It's an amateur club, and it was started with you guys in mind. So there's always an opportunity for you to go up there and play, and that gets around the work permit issues because it's an amateur club. So you'll always have that opportunity also to go up there and showcase your talent. So anybody that's interested in going up there, they will have to be vetted by our head of coaching at Generation X, Desmond Zico Blur. He will do an assessment of you, not only for your football talent, but also for your attitude. So that is very, very important. Because once you're up there representing Antigua, you are like ambassadors. And if you do make it to a good level in football, you're opening doors for others to follow. So if anybody's interested, have a discussion with Zico, and he will make a determination as to how that goes. And if you want to have any further discussions with me, I'm also available. After the ceremony today, I should say the coaches will be available, that anyone can approach them, ask them any questions. Just remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So just remember, you can ask them anything, they will give you an honest opinion. I want to state it clearly also here, and we are making no promises that any or all of you are going to be offered scholarships or opportunities. It all depends on how you perform out there. So go out there and give it your best, because we know that we can get multitude of scholarship opportunities, but it's all up on you. We are just providers and facilitators of this event. The rest is up to you. And I know a lot of you here are capable of doing it. So go and show them what Antigua has to offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. And now I'd like to invite Ms. Jamila Perwan, Media Relations Specialist of Calvin Ayre Foundation, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I was hoping that the puffing from the speaker would stop, because I speak very loudly. I hope I don't blow up the microphone. Good afternoon once again. At the Calvin Ayre Foundation, CAF, our giving pillars are in the areas of emergency response, social development, and sports and education. We are very aware that getting an international education comes with a high price tag, one that many parents, while willing, may not be able to afford. And also, getting into college overseas is a competitive and often challenging process. It then makes programs such as the Calvin Ayre Foundation's Players Identification Combine, this program, so important. And that is why we are happy and proud to continue this program, which is coordinated and executed by Ricky Santos and his hard-working team at the Generation Next Football Club, a club that believes in education through sports, because it is in alignment with our desire to fulfill our mandate in offering support through education. This is an initiative that offers our nation's student athletes the chance to pursue higher education at prestigious international universities. In the words of Ambassador Ayre, a man who is from humble beginnings himself, and I quote, "Education is the key to reducing poverty, to creating a sustainable planet, to preventing needless deaths and illnesses, to fostering peace, and perhaps most importantly, empowering people." In 2018, the CAF sponsored the inaugural University ID Combine, and the initiative provided local youths with the opportunity to secure scholarships to 2 prominent universities in the US, provided that they demonstrated excellence in both the classroom and on the field. We are happy to see that this year's slate of coaches has grown to 8 from the US, England, and Dubai. The scholarship opportunities have now been extended not just to universities, but to high schools, colleges, and universities, as well as the possibility of achieving pro and semi-pro contracts. Needless to say, CAF is happy to be partnering with Ricky Santos and Generation Next FC. In fact, we'd like to commend Ricky for the stellar job he has been doing in forging, these very important connections. And please give him a round of applause again. Because we know this will ultimately give our amazing and talented young athletes the platform to realize their dreams. So, as Ms. Tanya said earlier, thank you to the international coaches, university representatives, and scouts for traveling to Antigua and Barbuda. I know that this was not a hard sell. In fact, I heard some people were a little concerned about the rain. We don't call that rain, that's liquid sunshine. That's our spiel, and we're sticking to it, along with the 365 beaches. So thank you for coming and giving these young athletes a shot at becoming their best selves. On behalf of Ambassador Air, the Calvin Air Foundation, and the entire Air group of companies, I wish all of our aspiring athletes the very best. May your dreams be realized. A successful and productive combine to all.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Too close to what? Oh, these things here, that's what's doing it. All right, well, I have a big mouth, so.
No, you can just take the mic further away from
Okay. Better? Thank you. I was wondering. So now, it's your turn, our wonderful guest. And I'll invite, first of all, to the podium, Martin Marlowe of Fleetwood Town. Welcome, Martin.
Hello everyone, this is Martin Morrow from Fleetwood Town. Nice to see you all. Looking forward to seeing all of you play this week. Just a little bit about myself. I'm an ex-professional footballer till I was 23. Unfortunately, injury took that away from me, and I went down the university career. Built a great career in football, doing what I'm doing now. So I'm an example of doing football and education just as important as each other. I've actually helped place around about 400 people over about 3 or 4 years into educational programs or full-time football opportunities. So over this week I'm going to be looking at players who want to play football full-time, and also any players, female and male, who want to do football and education. Because it's always good to have a Plan A Part 1 and a Plan A Part 2. So anybody interested in obviously speaking to me about these opportunities, please come and find me. Just a little bit about Fleetwood. Obviously we have a professional football team in the UK in League 1, 2 leagues below the Premier League. We also have 3 other professional football teams, one in Dubai, the UAE, South Africa, Cape Town, and we have also got and Ireland as well, Waterford FC, we just took on. We just bought that football club. So what we do is we build pathways for players. So some players might find it hard to be signed by UK teams to start off with, but with us it doesn't matter where you start. It could be South Africa, it could be Ireland, it could be Dubai. We will, if your desire is to play in England, we will find a route for you. We have a player called Phoenix Patterson, who couldn't be signed by our UK team. We sent him to South Africa. He then went to Fleetwood United in Dubai, and now he's starting for our first team, and he scored in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago. So that's one example of what we can offer. We also have school opportunities for female and males from 13 to 18, where you can do full-time football and have an amazing education as well. So obviously if anybody's interested in talking to us about that. And then we have an amazing gap year option for you when you get to 16 or 18 and you want to give your football 100% commitment, because some of you players will be borderline professional football. So with extra coaching, more competitive competition, that extra kick that you need, you could be a professional footballer from September. So welcome to everyone who's going to be attending the event. Don't be shy if you want to come and speak to us. We all travel thousands of miles to be here, come and speak to us, but a warm welcome for myself, and I hope to speak to you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I'll invite Roy. Got that one right. Roy here of Brookhouse College.
Good afternoon. Just a little bit about me. I played professional soccer for West Ham many, many moons ago. Unfortunately, I snapped a ligament in my knee. I was very fortunate that my head coach forced me to go to college. Yeah? Education is very, very important. Obviously, what Brookhouse offer is school and football. We've just opened this school in Florida for high school kids, so children from the age of 13 through 18. And obviously the school in England does have a pathway to Coventry City's reserve team to play pro soccer there. Again, wish you all the best. Can't wait to see you play. Give 100% effort and enjoy the experience. Wish you all the best. Look forward to seeing you on the field.
Music to my ears. Education, and the football. So thank you for making that wonderful point. Yeah. Please welcome to our McLeod Bentley at San
Afternoon, everyone. Thank you. So the reason why I'm good to have this conversation with you all is that I was once sat in your shoes, thinking about what was my next step after leaving high school. When I was considering my options, I was comparing it to UK university, where I felt that if I went down that pathway, I would have been pursuing education, but I would have let down my sport. Or do I go to the US and pursue a scholarship? I chose the latter. Went over there initially to a junior college in Seattle, done really well at that school, and then transferred to a bigger university in West Virginia, where we won the national championship 2 years in a row. And then following on from that, I was fortunately offered the chance to play professional football, so I spent some time in the US and then later on in Scandinavia, Sweden and Finland. So for me, I can understand exactly what the US route can provide you with, and ultimately that's what I'm here during the trip to do, is to identify players like yourselves who potentially have the capacity to earn themselves a scholarship into American universities and colleges. So the organisation that I represent, Soccer Assist, we have access to around 1,200 schools and colleges across the US. We've placed over 500 student athletes into American universities, and our big thing is not just about placing into America and that's it, job's done. It's about how can we support you throughout the entire 4 years of your time in the US. So for any questions that you have surrounding college or university, please feel free to grab me. As Ricky said, there's no such thing as a silly question, and I'll be happy to answer. Alright? But best of luck this week, play hard, run hard, and enjoy it. Alright?
Thank you. And now I'll invite Leah Burridge and Rebecca Donnelly, because I guess both of you have to come and say who you are. And then one of you has to.
Lovely. Thank you very much, guys. Lovely to meet you all. My name's Leah, this is my assistant Becky, and we're based from Hartbury College and Hartbury University in the UK. So a little bit about my background and what I've done. I've worked at Hartbury for the last 2 years now. In terms of football, I played in the Women's Super League, so for those who don't know, it's the top tier of women's football in England. Playing for a team called Town Ladies, competing at the top tier, competing at the highest level, so I can really relate to any of those players, both male and female, who have aspirations to go on and be the best they can be. I'm still currently playing now. I play for 3 leagues below that, so I'm still playing within a very competitive league, still playing and training daily, as well as working within my job role as women's football and futsal manager at Hartbury. With our role at Hartbury, we've got a football and futsal programme for both male and female footballers and futsal players. So I'm sure a lot of you are also exposed to the football side, which is fantastic. But within our programme, it's a nice opportunity to have that football and futsal element across the whole programme. At Hartbury College and University, we've got world-class facilities where we're really able to show off our facilities, and it really feels like a professional environment to come in, to study every day, and to also play and compete at the highest level. We've got opportunities for both male and female footballers to play nationally, whether that's England colleges, England universities, and they'll be able to trial and you'll be able to play and receive your England caps through the international pathway with our college and our university setting and programme as well. At Hartbury College and University, we've also got a majority of our teaching staff and our players and coaches. A lot of them have either played at a professional level, coached at a professional level, or been part of an environment that has also been part of that professional environment, which is fantastic. Our staff are really able to relate to all our players, all our students, and really bring out the best into those players. The nice thing about Hartbury is that a lot of our players and our students have come through the pathway. There's career options, whether that's our students studying from college level, then going through that pathway to Hartbury University and then going on to Masters. A lot of our staff like to value that and really commit to them being able to offer them job opportunities to be, whether that's coaching, teaching, so that education provider is also really important, as the other coaches have also mentioned that we do at Hartbury.
So my name's Becky. I've had a similar route to Leah, but without the professional environment. So I was in an academy setup throughout my life until I was 18. And then I've gone into more of a coaching setup instead. One of the points, as we've heard from everyone here, is that education is really important. We have been ranked #1 both at college and university for education standards and satisfaction from students.
And just final bit to mention on, we've got 5 current players that have come through the pathway here from Antigua, 1 female and 4 of the males that have come to Hartbury College, starting to attend all the academics, go through the education and be part of our male and female programmes, and they've thoroughly enjoyed it. So in terms of if any of you want to speak to us about any student experiences, we've got a few notes, we've got a presentation together where we can really relate to any players that have been here within your programme and in your environment already studying here at Hartbury College and University. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome Mr. Michael, Darrell Michael, the Vice President of the Antigua and Barbuda Football Association and Acting President, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a wonderful opportunity for young players and to be able to give their talent in a sport that we all love. We'd like to give a hand once more to Mr. Ricky Santos, Carolina, for giving us again this opportunity to the avenue of football. Again, not only through football that we have a chance to get an education also. And as you've heard from many of these, some of them have got injuries and they had to go back to something that they will be able to live up with. And education now will be able to afford you an opportunity to get jobs and still keep a livelihood. Still keep a family together. Still keep everyone in your community together. What is very important too, as the ABFA, Antigua and Barbuda Football Association, is that we are now looking to improve in our area, that you could use that opportunity to learn about statistics, learn about management, learn about all these other opportunities and managing areas that you can use to assist you in not only your companies, but also in football. As you've noticed in the World Cup recently, it was one of the biggest events. And all these things that you're hearing about, accountants and physios and all these things, these are what you're going to be able to go to college and learn. And we are hoping that you will go there not only to learn it, but to bring it back here so that we can develop in our area not only of football, but also our country. I want to thank again everyone for coming out, and again you have an opportunity to show your talent and be able to put out your best. Parents, I know it's going to be exciting or whatever, but don't put too much pressure on them. Let them have an opportunity to relax and to do their best. And everything after that, I'm sure the coaches and the people involved will be able to see and grasp what they're looking for. So once again, have a good and wonderful time for the next couple of days, and just do your best. And thanks again for everyone to come out, and thanks again to Talbinier and the association. Thank you.
Okay, and I will invite Mr. Santos back to the microphone so that he can close off this ceremony. Sir?
Well, once again, thanks for all coming out. Thank you to our wonderful coaches. Darren, thanks for coming. And of course, none of this would have been possible. Certainly, I don't have the money to do it without the Calvin Air Foundation. So let's give the Calvin Air Foundation another round of applause. I would just like to end it with one thing. We are Generation Next and not just looking out for the players, we are also looking out for the coaches. And there are opportunities that will be arising very shortly through some of these gentlemen that are sitting out here, and ladies, and others that I'm working with, that there will be opportunities for our coaches also to have the opportunity to go overseas, not only for training, but also possibly for work. So we are creating that opportunity. And the reason for that is that if one of our coaches go overseas and make it into a big club, then when we pick up the phone and call them and say, look, we have a talent over here, they're going to be partial to our request to send them over there for trials. So we're looking about our coaches also too, not just about the players. Once again, as everybody alluded to, have an enjoyable time, and show them